video provides an overview of the functionality found in the CR portal. So what is the CR portal? It is how MMS online schools will access any of the MMS portals, teacher, staff, and admin, plus some other functionality. So you may be asking, why? The reasons are many. It gives a single sign-in for teachers, staff, and administrators. It integrates staff management, system user accounts, permissions, and roles. An additional staff email field is available. Hybrid accounts can be created. School staff personnel who require full access to both the teacher and staff portals can now do so with one user account. It can assign default school year to all staff accounts, mass assign roles to user accounts, assign single student filter to a user account. The admin portal's menu privileges menu has been removed. Account resolution. User accounts now require a staff record in order to log into the system. This tool allows the system administrators to easily link existing user accounts to staff records. So let's check it out. I have logged in using the administrator account. This is a hybrid role. I have access to the admin portal, and the staff portal. To return back to the login, all I have to do is click on that back home, and I'm back in the CR portal area. I also have access to a new area called Users and Roles. The operations in this area combine the functions of the staff table from MMS Generations. And just to give you a frame of reference, I'm going to go to those areas. So the staff table can be found in the School Management Jobs in MMS Generations. We're going to go to the Staff Expanded area. This is my staff table. So when I refer to a staff record, it is this part that I'm referring to. The user account operation from the admin menu in MMS Generations. And I clicked on a teacher user account, and if I click on the staff record, you'll see here for teachers we're able to link that user account to the staff record, and we'll be able to do that now in the CR portals for any other user that needs to access MMS and are not teachers. And also combines the menu privileges found in the admin portal, and that is this right here. And again, I pulled up a teacher account to see, to show you that these are the different menu areas. So this is a one-stop shopping area, so to speak, for managing the staff from your school that need access to MMS. Let's start by adding a new teacher to my school. So we're going to click on Add a User in our Manage Individual Users area. We have a new teacher coming to our school, and her name is Marie Woods. New for this release is the first name and the last name for teachers now can have up to 50 characters. The display name is used in various reports such as the report cards and student schedules. We're going to select the school year in which to write this staff record and also which school to associate the staff record with. And this is my high school teacher. Now we are going to address all of the other areas for this new staff member. Once we enter in this information, we're going to click on Save. If I scroll down, I can see that I can manage their phones and emails. You can add up to 3 phone numbers. Click on the Add button to add a phone number, and you do need to have the area code. You can add an extension, and then for phone types we have cell, home, or work. Click on Save when you are done, and then you can add up to 2 others. Manage emails. To add an email for this staff member, we're going to click on Add. Enter in their email address. Now, email addresses do need to be unique across your database. Indicate if the email address is their primary address or not. You can enter in up to 2 email addresses. When you have the email address entered, you will click on Save. And then you can go and edit the email address after you enter it in. Just like in the Staff Expanded, we can add degrees and certificates, also manage degrees and manage certificates. The institution is looking for a 4-digit code. Click on Save, and also with manage certificates. The next area we're going to address is school information. Here we can enter in the state assigned ID number, the date that they were hired. You can indicate whether the teacher is highly qualified. We can see here the display name, and then we have the Student Information System ID number. This is generated for you before you had to enter that in yourself. We're going to save our staff details. And then here we can add in their working schools. So this is the school within my database that this teacher is associated with. Next, we're going to go to account settings. So this is similar to the area in MMS Generations for under the admin menu for user accounts. So this username is what Marie Woods will use to log into the teacher portal. And we have choices for entering in the password. We can set a temporary password, and we can see here that once the temporary password is set, it will be the user's first initial and last name, and it will be case sensitive. So we can set the temporary password, and it is set to have an expiration date of the current date. What happens is when that person first logs in, they will immediately be notified that they have to change their password. If we choose, we could rather than setting a temporary password, we can enter in a password, and then we confirm that password. We can set an expiration date if we want to, or we can lock the account if we need to. We are going to save our settings. Now here we can see remove user account. So once Marie Woods is a teacher in my school, if she happens to win the lottery and will be leaving us after the 17-18 school year, we still need to have her staff record in our database for state reporting purposes, but we no longer want to give Marie access to our database. So we can come to the user account settings and remove the user account. So she will no longer be able to log into MMS, but her information in our system will remain. The next area is the user-defined fields. If you are not familiar with what the user-defined fields are, let me show you. In the staff portal, when I go to the student profile and I scroll down to the bottom, I am going to see the auxiliary details. These are the user-defined groups that we can create, and what it does is it allows you to take biographical data and reorganize it or regroup it so that it has more meaning, or if you add any fields that are specific only to your school, this gives you a way to view the data that's in those fields as well as edit the data that is in those fields. So we're going to add a new group for Marie. And we can also do this on the mass edit area and so associate these with a template. This would be just for Marie that we're defining. We have our new group. We're going to click on that. We can change the group name. To add a biographical field to be displayed, we're going to click on the plus sign, and that's going to activate one. And these activity fields are actually unique to my database. They're not part of the default MMS database. We can indicate whether we're going to disable this field for this particular user, or we can make it read only so they can view the information but not necessarily edit it. When we have our fields entered in, and we can have up to 20 data items per group. The label is optional, but unless the person who has access to this knows specifically what fields they are looking at, using a label is highly recommended. We could keep going by adding another group. When you are all done, you will want to scroll down to the bottom and click on Save All. And we've got the message that the save was successful. The next area we're going to go to is roles and permissions. Now this is a combination of what we found in our user accounts area, which is in the MMS generations admin portal user accounts, and what we saw in the admin portal for user permissions. So first we're going to indicate which schools this person will be able to log into. So this is my high school teacher, and she's only going to have one record here, but we're going to add that record. We're going to indicate the school, and she is in my high school, and she will have read-write access. The other option is read only. And we can indicate that this is their default school. Some teachers will be a teacher for a high school and middle school, and in that case you would want to indicate which would be the default school for that teacher. Once we have that information entered in, we're going to click on Save. When you come into this area, it does default to the roles and permissions being a staff user. We are going to change that for Marie, but because right now it is on a staff record, we have access to the ability to limit a person's access in the staff portal to a specific filter. Normally when you log into the staff portal, if you have full access to the staff portal, there is a drop-down menu that allows you to select all of the different filters that are available to the staff portal. And that will limit the students that you can see. Here we have the ability now to limit that filter selection to just one filter. So these are all of my staff portal filters, and say for example, if the person that or needs access to the staff portal but not all students, we can create a filter that would be specific to the students that they need to see, and then save that filter to that user account. Now when Marie Woods logs into the staff portal, she'll be limited to just being able to see the students that would apply to the football team filter. So the roles and permissions. There are two different types of hybrid accounts that you can create, and that is a staff member and an admin member. The other combination is a staff member and a teacher account. Hybrid accounts that are not available would be a teacher, an admin, or somebody who has access to all three. This is just a teacher logging in. She does not have access to the staff portal, so I'm going to turn off the staff portal. And now we're going to take a look at permissions. I am on the teacher area. I can check and give all permissions for a teacher, so when they log into the teacher portal, they're going to have access to everything. Or I can assign a role to that teacher, and these are the user roles. Also, if you remember, in the user accounts we have user templates. These are my user templates that are associated with a teacher. If I were to click on staff, I would see a separate set of templates also, but now we're calling them roles. And so if I needed to, I could select a teacher role. This is my high school teacher role, and I can apply that template role. I can view the role. So what does this account, what permissions does it have available? And just scrolling down, we can see the different menu items and where, what they have the ability to view and access. In the general area, I can enable all or disable all, and then I can kind of pick and choose. I can click on my gradebook and, maybe I want to disable a function. For example, maybe I don't want where's the operations? Maybe I don't want my teachers to have the ability to drop the lowest grades, so I'm going to disable that option for them. Once you have that set, we're going to save all permissions. Now Marie Woods will be able to log into the teacher portal and everything will sync up. Because we have her linked to her user account and her staff record are automatically linked together because we created the account here in the CR portals, she will be all set to log into the teacher portal. Let's take a look at a staff member who has a hybrid account. So to find a user, we can just click on that Find a User button there, and we'll indicate the school year that we want to look for that staff record and also which school. We have a default of all schools, or if we know that teacher is in the high school, we could limit our search to just that. I'm going to keep my filter to all schools. And the last name I am looking for is Cadwell. And there we go. That's the person I'm looking for. When we find the person we're looking for, we can just click on Select in front of their name. We can see here that Pearl has access to both the staff portal and the admin portal. When I click on either the staff portal or the admin portal, you'll see here that the permissions change as to what they have access to. If I click on staff, it will have all of the menu items here. Thank you for watching this video.